He noticed a stain on the wall, the one he smeared last night, only now it was bigger.
This is kind of weird, okay? Have you ever got a job with a fat salary that absolutely sucked, that you could not work at it, no matter how good the money was? I once got this job offshore, y'all. And my buddy of mine, he worked for this company, and he said, "Hey, Daniel, you can make some great money out here. I don't work hard at all. It's easy." Ended up getting away from retail because the hustle and bustle was driving me crazy, and I wanted to make some good cash, and the pay on this job was crazy. Supposedly, you could get paid the whole time you were out there, no matter if you were working or not. So I was like, well, this is young me saying, yeah, this sounds like a great job, you know? So I go out to the platform, which was a crazy ordeal just getting to that point, right? Ended up getting out to the platform, and I had to, my whole job entailed moving vacuum hoses from one container to another. Now, that sounds simple enough, right? It's boring, first of all. Second of all, I was outside where the weather was whatever. So it happened to be cold and rainy on the first shift that I worked there. The lids for the containers were about 100 pounds apiece, and the vacuum hoses were about 6 to 8 inches in diameter, blowing out at a high velocity mud and cuttings from the drilling that was going on, okay? So you can imagine things would get really, really messy when you'd move these hoses over. It was so horrible, y'all. And I was a tiny guy. I could barely lift these darn lids. It was terrible, and even though the money was good, I only lasted one shift, and I vowed never to do it again. I went straight back into retail after that with no ifs, ands, and buts. It was the worst decision I ever made. Thankfully, it didn't haunt me for a longer period of time. Today, we're going to be reacting to a story by Creepy Animated Stories about somebody that got a well-paying job and didn't exactly turn out the way he planned. Make sure to head on over to their channel, guys, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and if you like reaction videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel as well. Let's get into this animation.
You have no idea how excited Ethan Wilson was when he got the job.
The good job.
On Monday, it was his orientation day, and he was in a great mood. The head of this office seemed a little strange to him.
Wow.
But is it an excuse to give up this job? And it's unlikely that Ethan will see him again.
Yeah, of course not.
He was shown his workplace, and Ethan heartily started reviewing the reports.
Okay, an office
In the
job.
early days, he paid little attention to the office stuff. But then, he noticed that they were all weird, silent, working all the time.
Like zombies.
Barely talking to each other.
It's strange when coworkers aren't real social with you or one another. You know, I know there's different cultures and things that are much different than the way things work around here. But typically, when you get invited into a new environment, somebody's welcoming. You know, the staff is usually relatively welcoming. They understand that you're new. Sometimes they can get frustrated, you know. Sometimes they're jaded because of the job. But typically, they seem like normal people, right? This, on the other hand, is a little bit weird. These people aren't social at all with one another, and it looks kind of like they're zombies in the animation.
Then Ethan decided not to pay attention to it, just to do his job.
That's the best thing.
For the amount of money that he was promised, he could stand it.
Exactly.
One day, he noticed a stain on the wall, a black spot.
Water leak?
He tried rubbing it with his finger, but it didn't work.
Okay.
And as usual, staying late at work, he smeared it with paint of the same color. Satisfied with his work, he went home. The next day, there was a lot of work to do as well, and Ethan started reviewing the reports as usual. Out of the corner of his eye, he noticed a stain on the wall, the one he smeared last night, only now it was bigger.
All right. This is kind of weird, okay? Typically, if you work in an office or a place of business, whatever, and there's something that's messy or out of place, autonomously wanting to clean something in your own space, I get it, right? I get it. I don't know if I would have painted over a wall stain. That seems a little bit weird, but honestly, I totally get where he's going with this. You know, it's his space. He's trying to do his work. He was working late one night. He saw a big stain on the wall that was unsightly, and he decided, you know what? I'm gonna fix this up, make my office look nice. But this stain got bigger, so he's either got a bad water leak or the devil's there. It's a horror story after all.
Every time he painted it, covered it with paper, hanged the paintings over it, it only got bigger with a vengeance.
All right.
One day, Ethan stayed late at work. There was a lot of unopened paperwork left.
And he saw it
He
again,
took another look at that black spot.
but it was probably huge. Is it moving? Oh, it's got some little gris around it. The devil! I knew it was the devil! What the hell, dude? Oh, no. This reminds me of, I played a game called The Song of Horror a little while back. It was a horror video game, right? And there was these, like, these spots where these rifts would open, or through doors, actually. It would turn all black, it would get all crusty and stuff like this, and then arms would come out like that. It was, oh man, I got the goosebumps just thinking about it. Freaky, like, almost like the victims of hell trying to reach out and grab you. So crazy, man. Ethan, run! Turn around, the devil! No! They got him. And the hole went away. Is that why they were all zombies, yo? A little loud, I'm sorry. New employee Thomas Irwin. Zombified. That's what happens. You know, they say the corporate world will suck you in. Is that what just happened right here? Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. I had a lot of dead-end jobs before, guys, that I didn't like. And I really love what I'm doing now. I've been doing it now for 9 years. I think I've lost all the patience to deal with corporate America, you know? So, if I had this problem and I was working there, that's one way to make me submit, right? Just make the devil turn me into a zombie. Good Lord. Creepy animated stories, guys. Make sure to go subscribe to him, as well as a couple other reaction videos that I did from him. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off, and we'll see you next time.